Mikhailo Mudryk to overtake Zinchenko, and I'm going to tell you in which aspects is he going to do so, because they all come from this country and they might find themselves in January playing for the same team, which goes by the names of Arsenal. Talking about Gabriel Martinelli, yesterday not playing part into that Brazilian national team game where they knocked about Croatia in penalties. A lot has been said by Arsenal fans all over the world, and obviously Martinelli has put out an act that has shown he is not convinced with what Tite really went in for. Then lastly, we're talking about Bukayo Saka to start for England and very many other teammates to go on and represent their national team as England takes on France. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. Good afternoon, and where are you watching us from? This is Rokani David onto this channel that brings you your entire sports news. Yesterday we did close to 6 stories and it was really a very long day. Argentina knocking out Netherlands, Croatia knocking out Brazil. That means Argentina versus Croatia, first semi-final confirmed, and today England is going to take on France, and obviously after that we are going to be seeing Portugal versus Morocco, the first game to take place before England goes ahead to play England. So let's wait and see what's going to come from those games, because after those 2 games are going to be played today, we are going to be confirming who the 2 teams are going to be playing into the second semi-final, and obviously by Wednesday next week we will be knowing who is going to be playing the losers match, or the third position playoff all game, to see who is really winning that position, and obviously who are going to be playing in the finale next Sunday. So next Sunday, World Cup is coming to an end and you're going to resume club football. Now, I did a story yesterday, I think yesterday about Mikhailo Mudryk coming out and confirming his price tag that he is valued at Shakhtar Donetsk. Now, he's valued at 40 million euros. That is a man who goes by the names of Mikhailo Mudryk, 21 years of age, very good and talented. Very many Arsenal fans really want him to come to Arsenal, but the injury of Gabriel Jesus might have changed the tide of Arsenal's Arsenal's plan to see to it that they bring in Mikhailo Mudryk, because he's really expensive. Now, we've been told by a certain journalist who goes by the names of Haktakra journalist at the VBet News in there for you, that Mikhailo Mudryk overtook Alexander Zinchenko and became the most expensive Ukraine player at 40 million euros, because Zinchenko from Man City to Arsenal paid 32 million euros, and for Mudryk it's going to be 40 million euros, meaning that he is really going to overtake or break the record of Zinchenko as the most expensive Ukrainian player. It shows you that these things are not really new to us. I remember there was Shevchenko, one of the players that really used to play for Ukraine, and he had a lot of stake on him, provided if he would have made that transfer from AC Milan to Chelsea early enough, he would have had a very high selling price, but I think it deteriorated because he came in at Chelsea on his decline. Now, Mikhailo Mudryk is one of those players. If at all he makes his move from Shakhtar Donetsk to Arsenal or any other team, he's going to be the most expensive Ukrainian player. And obviously, it's not surprising to me, because when you look at those players that play in the forward positions, they are the most expensive. Zinchenko is regarded to be as a left back, though he plays in different positions of the midfield and different positions of the attacking force of the UK national team. But obviously, he is known as a left back at a team which goes by names of Arsenal, and obviously forwards cost more than centre backs. When you look at the sporting director of Shakhtar Donetsk, he has come out and confirmed how expensive it is to go on and really get Mikhailo Mudryk from his team. It might even cost more than 40 million euros, though Mikhailo Mudryk went ahead and put out to his Instagram stories that his price tag is 40 million euros. So let's wait and see how much is going to be paid to see to it that the services of Mikhailo Mudryk are really GOAT by Arsenal or any other team, but we are 100% sure it's not going to be less than 40 million euros if at all there is a club that wants to sign this player from Shakhtar Donetsk to their new side. So that is Mykhailo Mudryk coming in at a very critical moment and telling us his price, and obviously if at all is bought at that price, that will mean that he is the most expensive Ukrainian player ever, and I believe he will continue to break more records in the Ukrainian jersey because he is all great and doing great for his football career. Now, yesterday, Martinelli was the unused substitute as Brazil was beaten by Croatia because they took off Vinicius Jr. and we thought that the obvious change or substitute would be Martinelli. He brought on Rodrigo, and even me, I really thought that Martinelli would have done a better job than Rodrigo in that game of Croatia because his physicality is undoubted, acting in tight spaces and obviously finding the back of the net and causing havoc to the back line of Croatia that was really playing a deep line. Obviously, you need a player like Martinelli to come in and really do the needful. Now, after him not being used in that game of football, guess what Martinelli did? This is what Martinelli had to do at the hotel where Brazil was. It has been reported by Ge Globo, obviously telling us that Arsenal striker Gabriel Martinelli was among the first to leave the team hotel following Brazil's World Cup exit. As per Ge Globo, he will now most likely have a little holiday before joining up with his Arsenal teammates. That is Gabriel Martinelli. I believe he's not going to have a holiday. He's going to cross directly to the camp of Arsenal in Dubai. Reason being, he has not been playing a lot of the games. He has been always coming from the bench. He only played 90 minutes in the game of Cameroon, but the rest of the games they've been playing, he came from the bench. The first game they won against Serbia, he came from the bench and played like 10-15 minutes. The game of Serbia, he played like 10-15 minutes. The game of South Korea, he played close to 10-20 minutes. So it shows you how good in shape he is as far as fitness is concerned. I think he doesn't deserve a holiday because players like Thomas Partey, who went ahead to play 90 minutes in all the 3 games that Ghana played, has already reported in the camp of Arsenal in Dubai. Tomiyasu also doing the same. Even Grant Xhaka, who played 4 games and played full 90 minutes for his Switzerland national team, has already reported in Dubai. That means Gabriel Martinelli is also going to join his fellow teammates in Dubai, and he was pissed off because he was not given a part to play in that game where Croatia really lost. And I believe, sorry, Brazil really lost to Croatia. And I believe it is something that made even Tite, the Brazilian national team, to the Brazilian national team manager, to throw in the towel and say, I've called it quits from this job. I no longer deserve to be here, because you can't have a quality of Martinelli on the bench and bring on Rodrigo. I believe Rodrigo is a good player, but not at the level of Martinelli. He's playing at Real Madrid and scoring in goals, but I believe the game situation was different yesterday, and it deserved Martinelli. I believe as Anthony came in through and was doing magic off the right wing, if Martinelli was really bringing in the same, I believe it would have been a different case altogether, because I saw Rodrigo get into very good positions, but he couldn't break down that right back of Croatia, and secondly, he couldn't commit himself enough. But I believe Martinelli would have really done and caused a lot of havoc to that player, and I believe Tite is having it lingering in his mind that what if I brought in Martinelli, he would have done something different. And I believe this manager of Brazil made mistakes before he even made his squad call, like not bringing in Firmino. I believe in a game like yesterday, Firmino can get you more and more for your team than Pedro that he brought in to go on and do the game of football for Brazil. Obviously, Brazil looked very much sharp, but obviously the killer instinct was not with them, and Martinelli would have provided something different on the field of play. That's why Martinelli got pissed off, and he is down. He is down in Dubai, according to me, and I think he has already joined the Arsenal team. Now, we've been told by Fabio, that is Diego Luca, that Martinelli has left Qatar via private transport and is not part of the Brazilian squad, going via CBF chartered flight. So the Brazilian Federation is known as the CBF. They had really planned for a chartered flight, and obviously Martinelli left Qatar via private transport, and he's not with the Brazilian squad, meaning that he is going to Dubai. I know he's heading to Dubai to join with his Arsenal teammates, to see to it that he really gets underway as Arsenal goes ahead to host West Ham on the 26th of December, and I think he would love to play a part in that game of Juventus, the last friendly that Arsenal is going to be playing one day before the World Cup final is going to be played in Qatar. That is the 17th of December. So Gabriel Martinelli looks like a pissed lad, and he doesn't want to waste any time, and he has decided to go where he is needed, and that is Arsenal. His services are needed there a lot. Now, after that, let's talk about the English national team. Bukayo Saka scoring 3 goals in his first World Cup at 21 years of age. If at all he keeps up his consistency, that means has like 3 more. Okay, 2 more World Cups for him to play when he's at 20, that of 2026 and that of 2030. That means he would have played 3 World Cups. But he can go ahead and really play more depending on how his body will be in shape and how his fitness levels and performances will be attractive to, by then, the coach of the English national team. Now, we've been told by Matt Law, a reporter at the Daily Telegraph, about Bukayo Saka, that Bukayo Saka and Phil Foden are set to start either side of Harry Kane in front of a 3-man midfield of Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham, and Jordan Henderson for England versus France today. Obviously, that game is going to be played in Qatar. Now, Bukayo Saka is one of those players that really impressed me a lot at the World Cup, though I have some reservations about his flair and how he takes on players. But obviously, the game of football shifted from that, and it's now all about statistics. His stats are really great. 3 goals at the World Cup, 21 years of age. Bukayo is firing in left, right, and center. Obviously, he's expected to start with Phil Foden. I thought that maybe he's going to go with a 3-5-2 system, but if he goes with a 4-2-3-1, I'm going to praise him for his brevity. That is the English national team manager. That is being brave of the highest order, because Kyle Walker facing Kylian Mbappe and having Harry Maguire play with John Stones in the central defense with Luke Shaw playing on the left back really exposes them a little bit. Reason being, when Mbappe cuts inside and drifts into the center or play as a center forward for France and switches into the middle, can Harry Maguire stop him? Because this guy is one of the fastest players on planet Earth. I thought that he was going to go with a 3-man central defense, 2 wing backs, 3 midfielders, and 2 center forwards. I thought that was going to be the system of England. But if at all he's going in for a 4-3-3 system, I'm going to hail the manager of England, because he's really brave and he has decided to go toe-to-toe with France. And I believe France can be broken down by England, provided England do utilize their chances at all. And what gives England a chance is one player, Jude Bellingham. He's the game changer. You see, Harry Kane drops deep, plays him in, and does a cutback to find Jordan Henderson to score the first goal against Senegal. Such moments are going to be so crucial against a team which goes by names of France, because England is one of those teams that has scored very many goals at the World Cup. They put 7, they put 6 past Iran, they put 3 past Wales, those are 9, and they went ahead to put 3 past Senegal. Those are 12 goals scored in a single tournament. And when you look at France, they put 4 past Australia, they put 2 past Denmark, those are 6. They put 3 past which team in the round of 16? Poland, I think. They put 3 past Poland, meaning that they are having they're having 11 goals. England has scored more goals than them, and England has only conceded a goal in 1 game. And for them, I think they've conceded like in 2 games. Not so. They conceded against Australia. The game ended 4-1. They went ahead to concede against Denmark. The game ended 2-1. I think they also conceded against Poland because Lewandowski took a penalty. Not so. So they've conceded in 3 games, meaning that at least England are really having a stable defense as far as the game of football is concerned down at the World Cup. But I believe Bukayo Saka and Phil Foden really starting is really another great time to see how these two are really going to go ahead and accommodate themselves into that game of football, to see to it that they really give England the best that they deserve. So guys, what are your thoughts for Mudryk overtaking Zinchenko? Obviously, tell me what you think about Bukayo Saka and Foden starting. Would you go for a 4-3-3 system for England against France, or a back 3 in a 3-5-2 system, to see to it that you let Foden and Saka come on later when you feel like they have something to play in this game of football? And lastly, Martinelli leaving the camp or the hotel of Brazil and taking private means, and we don't know where he's heading to. Do you think he's heading to Dubai to join his fellow Arsenal teammates? All that and more into the comment section below. Rokani David remains my name. Thank you for watching it. Don't forget to subscribe. May the Almighty Lord bless your day more and more and more. I'm out.